Let's look at the current position. In this position, white chooses an invasion. Black responds with a diagonal press. This diagonal press is certainly not a good move. White jumps up. In this kind of position, black wants to attack white. Let's see what kind of move black uses here. Black plays a peeping poke. Then white connects. Look at this shape. First, we can see that after the peep, black has already formed a shattered shape. There is a string of white stones here, and black stones on both sides, so this is shattered. At this point, black still refuses to wake up and place this block. This block makes the shattered shape even more shattered. White hangs on the right and then makes a tiger's mouth on the left. Looking at the whole shape, the black stones on the left and right are completely split apart into an absolute shattered shape. In this situation, black's shape is extremely bad. So in the upper right, what is black's correct way to play? If you want to break out white's space below, you should block directly like this. Do not press against white's body. In this case, even if white later hangs and makes the tiger's mouth, it does not threaten black very much. Black can even tanuki. In short, because black is not pressed tightly against white, black will not create a shattered shape. If black does not play the diagonal press here, and chooses to stand instead, that standing move is also not very good. This standing move is a heavy, clumped shape, similar to a clumsy shape. The two black stones are close together, which is actually not good. Then white jumps. But if black then peeps and blocks, it is much better than the earlier diagonal press. At least black is not so clearly shattered. Here, I think. For black, for example, a small diagonal move or a knight's move are both playable. For example, black plays a small diagonal, white jumps, and then black plays elsewhere. Or black can cap directly with a knight's move. These are all similar. The diagonal press is actually not a good move. This diagonal press is usually considered a poor move. Only in special cases can it be used. In short, what we are saying here is, against this white stone, you absolutely cannot use this kind of move that clings to the opponent's body. That easily creates a shattered shape. If you keep some distance, for example, standing, letting white jump, then playing a small diagonal, then no shattered shape is created. Of course, here we are only talking about the local shape. Globally, black can of course also tanuki, but in local play, how exactly should black play? You need to be careful. During an attack, you must avoid moves that cling tightly to the opponent. If you try to tighten their liberties directly, it easily creates a shattered shape. For example, if black pincers and then stands down, this is also a shattered shape. These are all common cases, where attacking too closely creates a shattered shape. In attack, blocking the opponent is actually better. Do not let the opponent have eye space, block from a distance, but do not play too close.